Let me ask you all a question. If the grocery store closed tomorrow, would you be able to grow your own food?
Yes, ma'am.
How about you, Ronisha?
I don't know.
Ronisha said earlier that she doesn't have a green thumb, so maybe she'll be
have a green
starving.
We won't let you start.
No, you know those wild onions? I can find those and eat them.
Wild berries and things like that.
I'll be a scavenger.
So today, to help us navigate and dissect this topic, we have a guest. And I'd like to welcome Marsha Lovick. Marsha and I met at church. She is an Extension Master Gardener volunteer.
Right.
I have to make sure that I had that right. Mm-hmm. And she just, let me start out with this. What does that mean? Welcome to Three Voices Unfiltered. We're your hosts,
Ronisha,
Theresa, and Suzanne. And around here, nothing is off limits. We talk about everything, the real, the messy, the hilarious, and the inspiring. So let's get into it.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, it means that I went to take a class at the extension office, and it's like a 3-month class once a week for about 3 hours each week. It's classroom and in the greenhouse and doing some hands-on things. And at the end of that, we have to take a test on all of the book knowledge.
Wow.
This is our book right here,
Whoa.
and it's called the Extension Master Gardener Handbook, and it's full of all kinds of information.
Oh, I like that book.
Now, there is one at the library you can check out. We donated it to the library. Or you can go online to NC Extension Master Gardener website, and you can just Google it, and there's a PDF in there. You can look.
Wow.
You can research in there. So
through this program, I guess you know everything about plants,
Well,
vegetables, herbs, flowers.
Let me go back and finish about my course, though. I'm not a master gardener yet. I've just taken the classroom part. Then we have to do 40 hours of internship, which means, so we're
heavy.
Working in the greenhouse, doing whatever the master gardeners, the already master gardeners are doing. So we right now have 4 interns, and they're working real hard to complete their certification. So at the end of that, you're a master gardener.
Wow.
So it's not just a 2-hour course and you're done.
Yes.
It's pretty intensive. Yeah. And no, I don't know everything. There are a few that might know everything, but a lot of us don't know it, but we know how to find the answer.
That's right. Yeah.
And this book is really good. And we have to, as master gardeners, put in 20 hours of service each year and 10 hours of continuing education to maintain our certification.
That's very...
a lot.
Yes.
Intense.
Yeah.
Yes.
So through all that education and through all those different programs that we have, we all learn a lot. So that helps us. And we've learned too that part of being educated is not knowing the answer every time, but knowing where to find it.
That's
so
right.
Yeah,
this is a good book, and we have good resources. We have a horticulture agent that knows a whole lot. And then there's some master gardeners that have been master gardeners longer who can really help us as well.
I will say that I have used the cooperative extension, the local cooperative extension, to help me to give me ideas on what to plant, when to plant it. Mm-hmm. So it's a really good resource if you check out your local chapter or extension service.
Yeah.
To help you with whatever you want to do. And then they offer a lot of on-site training. I've seen canning video classes and just all kinds of classes that you can, and things for the kids. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of resources that they offer. So this is I didn't know it was that deep to get.
I dated a horticulturist before.
Really?
I did.
That kind of counts, I guess.
Yeah, so I thought I didn't have any gardening experience.
Did you learn anything from him?
No.
So, what made you want to become a master gardener?
Yeah.
Well, I retired from healthcare in 2017. And I grew up in LaGrange. My dad and his brother farmed the family farm in Greene County. So we were exposed to all the farming experience and were expected to work. My daddy also planted like salad cucumbers, like bell peppers, like tomatoes, like sweet potatoes. And we were expected to work in the fields. The rows seemed like they were 20 miles long. But we were exposed to all that. And then my mom really loved flowers. So I didn't really have the time or really the want to do that when I was working, raising children and, all the things that you do. So when I retired and I saw the course offered, I took it. And I've really enjoyed it.
I've thought about it, actually. I haven't done it, but I've thought about becoming a master gardener because I think I'm a gardener, but I feel like I do my research now. I'm not going in there just throwing a seed and trying to find out what happens. But I feel like I wing it every year. And some years I get lucky, and some years not so much.
I noticed when I walked up, you didn't have any plants. Like they're all gone.
Yeah, I'm trying to redo that whole front area there. Yeah,
okay.
But I have my go to check out the bar on your way out. I have my little seedlings coming in.
Oh, yeah, nice. And it's not really time to put any new plants in the ground yet because we're
still
still cold.
We want you to wait at least till after April the 15th. That's kind of our drop dead frost deadline.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's good.
What I did last weekend, I had my son come to the house to till my garden area because it was weeds and some other things out there. So everything is weed, and we put down some topsoil. We even put down. I said, go ahead and put a little fertilizer down right now, and it's pretty because it's nice and it's like healthy soil right now. And then he said, Ma, he said, are you going to, put the seeds in the ground? I said, oh no, not yet. I said it's still going to be cool outside.
So they'll have a sale. I'm pimping your sale.
Good.
Not a good word. April 10th.
Probably not.
Promoting.
Did she say? Oh, yeah, that's pimping. Better. Okay.
Promoting their sale, and I'm assuming that a lot of the cooperative extensions places do that.
Well, a lot of them that have master gardeners do that.
Do that. So they'll sell. Where I'm going is that they sell already plants. So whatever I don't grow, I've been going there every year and picking up.
Well, we're kind of special in that we as master gardeners have a greenhouse, and it's behind the extension service on Highway 11. And so I would say 98% of what we sell, we grow from seeds in that greenhouse. And so
I wish I would have known that. I was at the nursery on Thursday. And bought some things. I could have waited.
What I love is the prices are very reasonable.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're very like, well, you got 5, take this one too. They're very like.
Depends on what time of the day you're there.
Yeah.
But we're actually going to have it 2 days this year. It'll be Friday, April the 10th from 3 to 6 in the afternoon.
Oh, that one is later.
Yeah. And then Saturday morning, it'll be the 11th from 8 to 12.
Yeah. I think last year I went both days.
I want to go.
I liked it. It was fun. I like it. Go with me.
I'll go with you.
Ronisha, you want to go?
Well, I don't know.
Well, a word to the wise is don't wait till the last minute. And if you really want the pick of the plants that we have, be there on that first day or early that Saturday morning.
Yes.
A lot of times when I get out there at 6:30 to get prepped for the sale, there's already people waiting in line. And, they kind of get hangry, and we have to, so we notice where they are and we'll tell them, we can't let you in till 8. Got to be fair to everybody.
Yes.
But when it hits 8 o'clock, they're expecting to be first in line and we let them down.
I've never been seen that line or anything like that. I just go in and whatever I find.
Are they? And these are vegetable plants?
We have vegetables, we have herbs, we have flowers. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Lots of tomatoes, lots of different kinds of squash.
What are those things? Planters? I bought. They're still in the backyard. I said potters. I don't know what they are.
All right. Let's cover some gardening myths that are out there.
Okay.
First one is you need a big yard to garden. Is that true?
That's not true. No, that's not true. A lot of people garden on their patio. They can have just big planters that they would plant their plants in, or they might, in their yard, they might put a couple of raised beds. Okay. And we have one master gardener who has gotten into these planting bags. Plant bags.
Yes.
Yeah. And another one, even she's from upstate New York, and she goes home every summer. And a couple of summers ago, she took hers home because they had potatoes in them, and they had fresh potatoes in upstate New York.
I want to try want to try the potato.
I'm doing potatoes.
And sweet
I got some that
potatoes.
got the eyes on it right now. I'm doing potatoes.
Yep.
How about this one? Gardening is expensive.
Well, it can be, but here's the deal. There are numerous agencies like different county extension offices, different master garden associations, different garden clubs may have what we call plant swaps or seed swaps. And you can go and swap a couple of plants for their plants or swap some seeds. You can, if you come to our plant sale, we have not set the prices yet, but they'll be a lot cheaper than you might find at the big box stores.
They are cheaper, honestly.
Yeah. And a lot of high schools, they have agriculture departments, and they're having plant sales as well. So Aiden Grifton High School, I think, has theirs on the 28th of March. So, a lot of places around that you don't have to go and pay the big price at the
I like that.
stores.
I find that my plants and my seeds are not really that expensive. It's the soil prep. Buying the fertilizer, buying the soil, buying the whatever lime, perlite and all that stuff that I put in it. That's what adds up.
Well, when you mention that, I need to tell you a story about this lady at my church. She moved here, and she said, I just can't grow things like I could grow them when I lived, I think, in Jacksonville. She was having this really hard time. And she said, what do you think's wrong? I said, well, have you done a soil test? No, and she finally did a soil test, and she found all kinds of things that she needed to do to her soil, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So
I did have a soil. I was going to bring my soil test.
The results of it,
Yeah, it's out there, but
I've been so lost. I wouldn't even know. I would just put a seed in the ground and watered it.
Well,
That's what I did. That's what I did. The first time in my garden, I got some tomatoes and put the seed in the ground. Well, no, I started with a planter. And it grew. And I was excited.
I've done it in pots in the ground, and raised beds I think is my favorite. It's the one that seems to be working the best.
Right.
I can control what the soil is like.
Yeah, and you can get raised beds that are high up enough that it doesn't bother your back so much.
Right.
And a lot of people think, well, gosh, that'll take a lot of soil. Well, you fill the raised bed up with cardboard or with twigs or whatever to the level of the soil. To the level of the soil that you want. You need about 18 inches of soil in there. And so that's much easier to manage than trying to fill that whole raised bed up with soil.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the soil test because it's real important. And it's like $4. Is it $4? Is that what they charge you? Okay. So starting April the 1st, they're free until like the end of November. But you go and you get a little box and you get a little form to fill out, and you send it off. It didn't take yours very long to come back.
It did, and I want to say maybe a week and a half.
Yeah, so I've heard stories of it taking 4 to 6 weeks, so that was really good.
It was really fast.
But it tells you what you need to do to your soil, and on this form that you fill out, they ask you, what are you going to grow? Are you going to grow flowers? Are you going to vegetables? So they let you know what you need by what you're going to grow. So it's a really good service, and it's free from April to November because the farmers have already done theirs. So it's a slow time for the soil testing lab in Raleigh. And so, we've been up there. It's an amazing place, and they do a lot of soil testing.
So where would someone get a soil testing kit?
From the Extension Service.
Extension
Service.
Yeah.
And it was good because the report tells me what's missing with my soil and how much to add. Which I like that because it said lime, and I'm like, well, how much lime? It tells you this much by square foot is what you're going to add to your area. So it is a really good service.
And how did you pick the soil? You just wherever you're going to go plant
and take some soil out, and you got to meet the guidelines on the little box and all that, and then that's it. And then I took it back to the extension office, and they sent it to Raleigh, and then they emailed me a report.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Lime? What's lime?
Okay, how about this? Oh, this is a big one. Do you need a natural talent or a green thumb?
Yes.
Well,
You do.
I think you can. How about I rearrange your question?
okay.
Can you grow a green thumb?
I
If
think
you
you
don't
can
have
learn how to have a green thumb.
I think so
and
too.
I think listening to people
Yeah.
around you and reading the book. There's a lot of YouTube videos that teach you how to plant and how to care for your soil, how to care for your plants. So I think you can.
I think you can
Yeah.
too. Because I like I said, I wing it every year, but every year I learn more. And this year's going to be awesome because I have my soul tested, and I'm excited about that.
Wow.
I remember looking up how to take care of my poinsettias, and I killed them.
Mine's still going.
Yours are?
My
Because I want to keep my
going.
poinsettias.
Yeah, they I usually kill them. It's still going. It's big and red still.
Where?
Wow, that's
It's in
amazing.
the sunroom.
Oh,
Go look at it.
And where is yours? Where did you put yours?
Oh, it's in the trash.
Oh, well, okay.
With the little thing it came in.
What is one misconception or mistake that beginner gardeners make or do?
Well, besides not getting the soil test done, we've talked about
Yeah,
that.
that's a good one.
I think overwatering. We think, oh, we got to water, we got to water. So
That gets me.
Yeah.
I try to water my garden every day, but I don't have to, right?
Right. The literature tells us that the garden only needs about an inch of water a week. Okay.
Wow.
And you don't need to water every day. Now, when you first plant your plants, you want to do pretty heavy watering for every couple of days for about a week so that the roots can get established. But after that, you measure 2 inches down. If it's moist, then it doesn't need any water.
Oh my gosh, I love that tip.
If it's dry, then it does.
Because I have a watering system and I do it every day, and the water is just a mess and it's puddles, and I think I'm definitely overwatering.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The best water is God's water.
Oh, when it
When
rains,
rain, yeah.
my
Oh, my
plants are
gosh.
happy. They love
My
it.
plants are happy when it rains.
Yeah. Well,
Do you save rainwater, or you just
Yeah.
when it rains?
When it rains.
When it rains, it's because it brings the nitrogen from the
Yes.
atmosphere, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
See, I know a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, if you're not really serious about it, you can use water from the tap if you're doing house plants and stuff. But you want that water to sit out for a couple of days, and that way all the chemicals evaporate and you can use it.
Wow.
I didn't know that. We
Yeah.
don't do
Didn't know that.
But we
Yeah.
use
Okay.
filtered water though when we water our inside plants.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so growing our food, like this is what our ancestors did. My grandpa had the biggest farm, and most days whenever we wanted to eat something or I wanted to have fruit or a snack, really, I went in the backyard and picked it. That's how we did it. I didn't go to the store, hardly ever went to the store unless it was a treat. So let's picture a scenario, create a scenario. Let's say the grocery store disappeared tomorrow. No grocery stores, right? What could the average person grow? Could the average person grow enough food?
Well, the literature again says that you need like 5 to 10 acres of land to actually grow enough to sustain a family.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I'm shocked.
You also need a place to store the food. If you've watched like these series on life in Alaska and life in different places, they have what's called a cold room. And so they can grow cabbages and onions and potatoes, and they can store them in the cold room, and it lasts them for a long time. You've got to be able to know how to can and how to freeze appropriately. Now we have, like you were saying, we have the agent Kelly Tyndall at the Extension Service. And she does a great job with different courses, how to make jams, how to can your tomatoes, all those kinds of things.
I love that. I need to take one of her courses.
Yeah.
What foods are actually easy to grow? Like if somebody wants to start out and start hard, like I love canning, and I don't can to sustain us for a whole year. Some things I do, like I love canning apples. I have a recipe for an apple pie filling and a recipe for a bourbon apple, I guess. So I mix them and make cakes and stuff. But tomatoes, like I would love to have enough tomatoes to just have sauce all year long, or pickles. I have it, but it doesn't, depending on what it is, either goes all year or sits. But what are good herbs or veggies that someone can start or use easily for their first garden?
Well,
Kick it off.
I brought some plants. Tomato plants are pretty easy as long as you don't overwater them, and as long as they get like 4 hours of sun a day. Okay. And so
this is the tomato.
yeah, that's what did we say? A banana, I think. No, a yellow pear tomato. So it's kind of an ornamental thing, but they do taste good. So it's kind of cool to have that. So they are really easy to grow. The one in front is a flower. It's a cosmos, and it's a perennial, so it'll come back each year. Easy to grow. And then this other one, oh goodness gracious, let's see. It's a borage. Yeah, it's a herb, and so it kind of, the leaves taste like cucumbers. It's been and
you can eat it.
Yeah, and some people use it for medicinal purposes. Well, it is hairy.
It's got hair on it.
So do you.
But I don't know it's eating me.
Oh my God. So they're pretty easy to manage. Yeah.
I like that. I love tomato. I think the first thing that I ever started growing was tomatoes and cilantro, which later on I found out is not a happy herb for summer.
Cilantro?
You would think it is, and mine always went to seed.
Wow.
Because it was too hot.
So how do you grow them? Because I love,
spring.
I went to the grocery store and there was no cilantro. I went to 3 grocery stores.
Yeah.
No cilantro.
In the spring, you can grow it. All right.
Me some.
So if every household could grow 3 things in their yard, these are some that you recommend.
Well, tomatoes,
tomato, flowers,
herbs,
and an herb.
Well, and flowers are just, they're just for the beauty of it. That makes us all happy.
I can vouch on the
cosmos.
The cosmos, because I planted them one year. I think I just bought seeds like at the dollar store and just threw them, and I'm like, oh, these are cosmos. And every year they came back to the point where I have to cover my beds because they're crazy. But the bees love them.
Right. And we love pollinators. So,
we love pollinators.
Oh,
boy. Shifting to that, gardening is making a comeback. So I've been gardening, I don't know, since maybe 1999, 2000. So about 20 years, 25 years. And the pandemic, when the pandemic came in 2020, I feel confident that my garden rescued me. We couldn't go anywhere. We couldn't do anything. But I was in my garden every day because I do it organic. So we're hand picking the bugs and watering. Like, I really feel that the gardening was my anti-depression, anti-anxiety outlet. Because so now it seems like gardening is coming back. All the millennials are getting into it. They want to eat healthy. They want to buy organic, and organic food is really expensive.
Yeah.
So do you feel, being in the working for the cooperative extension, are people wanting to learn more about gardening, and how are the generations getting more interested? Like, is this generation more interested? How do you feel about that?
I think there's a huge interest in it because people want to eat healthier, because of all the news about what's in our food and what we don't want in our food.
Yeah.
I pulled some statistics, and this tells me that 60% of Gen Zers, they are the people born 97 to 2012, they're spending more on gardening all the time.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And then millennials, those are ones that were born between 1981 and 1996. They make up nearly 1/3 of all gardeners.
Wow.
So, people are looking to find healthier ways of eating, cheaper ways of eating, and they know where their food's coming from when they actually grow it.
Yeah.
And I can relate to this, that it's becoming a type of self-care. And I really noticed that during the pandemic. Like, it was, and I love it. I love it going out there. Like, I call my seedlings and my babies. And my baby's growing, whenever I get a little baby coming out. And even it was funny because John said last night, I covered some back up. And he said, why are you covering your babies? My babies. Because it just gives, like, ownership, like you said. Like, you go outside, you see them, they're growing, and you get, and don't talk about harvesting day. You know, it's like so much fun when harvesting day comes.
Well, I'll tell you this story. In our children's garden, which is one of our newest projects, we've had children's gardens for years, but we've got one that's just 3 years old. It's at the Richard Caswell Memorial Site on Vernon Avenue. People, not a lot of people even know that site is there. But anyway, we have raised beds and we have a row garden. And during the summer, the children come half a days on Wednesdays. They're ages 5 to 8. And the last thing that they do before they leave is they get to pick or harvest some vegetables, and they are so happy to show their moms and dads when they pick them up that bag of whatever they pick.
That
So
is awesome.
yeah.
That's one thing I want to do. Like when my grandbaby comes this summer, I want to have enough stuff in the garden that she can go and pick it.
Yeah.
And it's just so exciting.
That's what I do. My mom let us go pick strawberries every year.
Oh, yeah.
We love doing that. So we
Mhm.
let Landon, now my grandson,
Mm-hmm.
he'll go and he'll pick and he'll eat them right.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh my God, don't eat those. They're dirty. But
Yeah.
I have that memory. It's a good memory.
They're not dirty. Come on.
I mean, they're on the ground. She's like, I mean, you
She
know.
wants to eat them.
He wants to eat them. We like, no, we have to rinse them. But yeah, it's a great memory. It's a good thing to do
Yes.
with kids. Yeah.
Yeah, how I started gardening was I'm from the north, and so knew nothing about growing food at all. And so I was dating someone that asked, "You got this, you got this house, you got this, this plot of land. You ever thought about gardening?" I'm like, "No." And so
I'm a city girl, right?
Yeah, right. And so what I did was, like I mentioned earlier, was I got some seeds and I started with one planter, and then it outgrew that planter, and I had to go buy another one because it outgrew that.
Mm-hmm.
And my job when I was working was very stressful, and traveled a lot and all like that. And what I used to do is I used to put my car in the garage, y'all, put my boots on, my rubber boots on. I could have had a suit on. I could have had on whatever corporate clothes I had on. And I would go in my garden, pull out that hose, and I would do my gardening. And it was a stress reliever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's relaxing.
It distressed me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was wonderful. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've heard that theme several times while we've been talking, and it is a real big mental health thing.
Yes.
It helps relieve our anxiety, our depression.
Yes.
Also, it makes us feel good about ourselves because,
Yes.
hey, I planted this seed, and now I've got this tomato.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
cool. It's cool to see that.
Yeah.
I'm scared of, when last year you had those things sticking out with those flowers.
The cosmos.
Is that what they were?
Yeah.
And all the bees. I was
Yes,
scared
it
to
was the
walk through here.
cosmos. The
I'm
bees
afraid
love 'em.
of bugs.
Let me tell you about bees, okay? They're not going to bother you unless you start swatting at them.
Yes.
They are all about the business
Mhm.
of pollination,
Okay.
getting that pollen and taking it back to the hive, okay? It's the wasps that you got to worry
Yeah,
about.
it's those wasps.
Yeah, they're angry all the time.
Yeah.
So,
The bees, my bees, I go around them and do stuff and they don't bother me. I have never been stung. I even have, I believe they're the bumblebees. They like to sleep in my cosmos at night. And I have pictures of them like passed
Really?
and I have petted it, touched them, and they don't move because they're passed out. And I don't know why they're sleeping in my cosmos.
So the wasp, they like the flowers too.
yeah,
I
you
did
see
not
them
know
in
that.
flowers. The bees, there's solitary bees, which is what you're talking about, the big
The ones
bumblebees.
that are-
Yeah,
oh.
so they don't build nests, they don't have hives and all that like your honeybees do. So you will find them in your flowers. You might find them in a little hole in a tree or a hole in the ground,
That is
so.
so cute. Yeah, I love it when I go. And my mom, like, when she said, "Are there any bees sleeping?" And we go looking, and they're
Really?
on their side, passed out,
Wow.
and you can pet them.
Send
and
me
they
that
don't
picture.
move.
That's
I
crazy.
will, and I love them, but I didn't know. I'm like, so they don't have a home, and my flowers,
Right.
their home. Oh, okay.
I'm out here like with bug spray alert.
I don't do that. I told John, like, we do not kill bees. Don't.
What
And
about
if
the
I see them in the
wasps?
pool, I will fish them. I will get the pool net and I'll get them out of the pool because I don't want my bees to die.
But the wasp?
I don't care about wasps
Ooh.
too much.
They're angry. Pay attention on Paul's path as you're going back to 258. The house is on the left. I cannot advertise it because he's advertising something in his front yard. But he has this huge pollinator patch.
I know exactly what
it's
you're talking about.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
when
and
it's in
full
bloom.
of cosmos in the summertime.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yep.
know exactly what you're
Yep.
talking about.
Yep.
So having a garden does give you some life lessons sometimes, right? It can teach us patience. There's seasons of growth. There's failure and trying again, which happens to me a lot with my garden, and planting seeds in the future. So what life lessons, and I guess this we can all of us answer this if you feel led to, have you learned having a garden? Like, what seeds have you planted in life that took years to grow, or what weeds in life sometimes need to be pulled?
Very
deep.
While y'all are thinking, I'll tell you how Thomas Jefferson felt about gardening.
All right.
Okay. So, as y'all know, he was a real statesman. He was our third president. He helped write the Declaration of Independence, but he was a real gardener too. And what he said was, I may be an old man, but I'm a young gardener. He so enjoyed it. And he knew that it was a healthy lifestyle. And here's an example. He lived to be 83. The life expectancy during his time was 38. So he went past that because he was in the garden all the time.
I have some neighbors at our previous house. They were at least in their mid-80s. They were in their 80s, I'll put it. And they were summer every day out there in their front yard. Her flowers would switch up according to the season constantly. I mean, I'm talking about like North Carolina summer. It's hot. And I can, but they stayed, and Jan and I were talking about, I believe they're young because they're out there gardening every day.
Well, think about it. It's a full body workout.
It really is.
You're lifting, you're pulling, you're moving, you're
squatting,
everything.
Squatting.
So, and you don't have time to eat while you're working in the garden.
That's right. I think some seeds that I have planted that took years to grow, I always put that my education. Getting my education took a long time. I started my bachelor's degree. And as I mentioned in a previous episode, it took me 7 years to get my bachelor's degree. So I planted the seed of I'm going to school, and then it just took forever to grow. And eventually, when I graduated, my flower or my vegetable or whatever you want to call it had come to fruition.
Your vegetable.
It was, and the weeds in between was just the being tired, working, being a single parent. Like, I had to constantly pull out these weeds because it would have been easy for me to quit and not keep going. And that could be my example of
That's
how.
a good symbolism
It
example.
is. Yeah.
So, if someone listening today wants to start gardening this weekend, what is the first thing they should do?
Call Marsha. Marsha.
Well, they should have already done the soil test, of course.
Yes.
But if they want to start this weekend, then they need to kind of think about what they want to plant and what area. And a lot of people will ask, well, does this plant grow well in North Carolina? Does it need a lot of water and all that? Well, I don't know the answer to every question, but you can look on the back of your seed packets and it will tell you that.
Nice.
It tells you how many days it takes to germinate. It tells you how far to plant it apart. So if you'll read the directions, that will help a lot. But just thinking about what you want to plant. Are you going to eat yellow squash? If you don't like it, why would you plant it?
That's me.
Yeah.
Just because I want to plant it, but we don't really love it.
So, and if they're going to start, then I would start small and then each year maybe add to it. Yeah, because gardening is like farming. It's really based on the weather. And you can get really disappointed and really discouraged your first year out if the weather is horrible and your garden doesn't grow. But you got to always remember you could start over next year. It's okay to start over.
That's right.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good life lesson.
Yeah,
It's always good to start over.
Mm-hmm.
You can start
just
over.
like we don't have it on our agenda, but when you were showing the packets, it made me think of companion gardening, where that's going even further. But some plants don't like to be near other plants,
Right.
Can you tell us
Wow.
real quick about that?
I really.
I'm always on my phone when I'm gardening. Can this tomato go next to this cucumber? And then I have to rearrange my garden all over again.
Well, I know in the children's garden we have tomatoes and we have squash and we have beans together, and they kind of complement each other. So that's kind of companion gardening.
Yeah, you want to put the plants that complement each other because some of them don't like to be next to each other.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to plant cantaloupes here, watermelons here, and pumpkins here because you got all those vines going. So you want some kind of separation there.
So it takes some planning, but now with AI, ChatGPT, YouTube, there's a lot of
information out
there and resources that you can you could take a picture, which is what I'm going to do with my courtyard, and load it up and say, hey, give me some flower ideas to design this. And there's a lot of resources.
And your best resource is to call the extension service. You may have to leave a message because when gardening starts, we get really busy. And we're volunteers, and we often help the horticulture agent answer the questions that she gets. So we will get back to you. But yeah, some people don't know that the extension service is there and what it does, but very good resource for gardening.
Great resource.
Yeah, I remember the extension service because I did 4-H.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, when I was a child, and we did some of this stuff. I forgot it.
Any last questions that
This is good.
Have any last minute thoughts, Marsha, that you can share with us?
Well, I would just say too that I grew up with the Farmer's Almanac in my house, and it really is a good resource for when to plant things and for prediction of the weather. It did predict this last huge snow that we had, in March.
It did?
Yeah, it sure did. So, and plus it's got a lot of stories and a lot of helpful tips in it. So Farmer's Almanac is a great thing. The Extension Master Gardener Handbook is good, and read your seed packet too.
Yeah, I love when I was growing up as a girl. I didn't plant anything. My abuela was the one that did all the farming. But I love going to the store and getting the almanac when it came out every year and reading the stories. Yeah, I loved it. But it was really nice having you.
Well, thank you.
I have a quick question though. Okay. Quick question. Any tools that you like a go-to, like a planning tool, go-to planning tool that you like to use? A must-have tool?
Well, I have a trowel, the little shovel, that's you hand hold it. And then there's a little fork-like thing that helps you to get the weeds out that's really, really good too.
Anything to help you dig holes, if you don't want to dig in the dirt?
Well,
I'm serious.
Well,
I mean,
she doesn't want to touch.
You don't want to dig in it. Is there something you can
wear gloves? That's
you wear gloves, or you can have a little hoe that you can make the little row with, and then you can drop the seeds in.
Okay.
The trowel do the same thing. You can just hold it and pull it right back and put the seeds in.
Okay.
I have this thing. I don't know what it's called. It's like a pointy stick, and it has the inches, so you can poke it.
Right.
Oh, that's good.
Different things have different inches, and they do have a tool
it was
like
saying
that.
This, how many seed spacing, 3 feet.
Yes.
Depth to sow, a quarter and a half inch. Okay. You need math.
I want you to try it and see how you like it.
Oh, goodness.
So if you plant them too deep, then it takes them too long to come up. So
yes, they don't get any sun and any.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's complicated.
Well, it is
another relationship.
It's a whole nother job.
It is.
But it's fun. You can see the success of your
I
labor.
it.
Once you see that little seedling pop in and then it's
that's
growing and it's satisfying. Then you have your own little babies.
Oh.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. This was super helpful. I feel like we need to do another episode to cover more information. But this is if you're a beginning gardener and you have some questions and maybe some fears, hopefully we give you enough information to say, you know what, I'm going to try it this year.
Do try it. You might like it.
I might try it.
Let us know in the comments.
Those planners I bought.
Yes.
5 years ago.
Let us know in the comments what you will try this year. And if you have pictures, show us pictures. We like that. All right. Well, thank you for listening and watching. We appreciate you. Subscribe. Send us some love. And we'll catch you next week.
Like, share.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Plant.
Do us a big favor and hit that like button, share this episode, and subscribe.